Meet David. He's a strategist well aware of historical reality. He knows that genocide exists and has been practiced throughout human history. If it has been tried, it's because its perpetrators are convinced it will work. He explains why this is so. If the group of people being assaulted is weak and without support from potent allies or other groups, genocide can be successful, especially if it can be done quickly. Because if no one is left to complain, it will just be a sad fact of history. But there is one necessary condition. Media must not be allowed to describe the genocide for what it is. One way of doing that is by keeping the systematic massacre secret, preventing any coverage of it. That was Hitler's method. Another is to pressure media agree to present the massacre as a necessary response to an excessive provocation. Even if other less official media notice this ruse, they can be dismissed on the grounds that they are irrelevant contrarians who don't appreciate the deeper reasons for the genocide. Containing the influence of the media and orienting it in the right direction requires having at one's disposal the means of rewarding or intimidating people in the media so that they respond in the most appropriate ways. Like David, Cheryl is a strategist. She acknowledges the historical reality David has described, and it isn't confined to the past. But she claims that even if the conditions David mentions can make a successful genocide possible, any sane society needs to ensure that some source of moral authority exists to prevent it from happening. That moral authority could be a tribunal in a formally established legal system, or it could simply be the court of public opinion. But modern genocidal governments increasingly find ways to control or evade their justice system. And if they also know how to control the media, directly or indirectly, the court of public opinion will be divided, resulting in the equivalent of a hung jury, leaving the genocidal perpetrators a clear field. That is why, if we want to prevent genocide, we must ensure that the media cannot be controlled, whether through direct intervention, rewarding civility, or intimidating the nonconformists. But even if David is right about the conditions for success of a genocidal campaign, there is one way of preventing it, by creating awareness of the fact that genocide is possible and understanding the strategies and mechanisms that it employs. A truly democratic society must make a special effort to build that kind of awareness into its educational system. It must demonstrate how vulnerable the media can be and how tempting it is for genocidal governments to gain control of the media. Education must teach about how manipulation of minds and cultural values can occur. So if the circumstances existed to permit genocide, in the way that David described, the fact that all educated people will be aware of its reality should prevent it from ever happening. In other words, when genocide occurs or even appears to be occurring, it means that education has not done its job. Getting that right should be every citizen's priority.